Welcome to part 2 of speed reviewing 51 products that I've tested from Sephora. Most of these are pretty new, some newer than others, but if you missed it, yes, there is a part 1 where I covered all of the new complexion from Sephora, and now part 2 we're covering eyes and lips from Sephora. Now, if you're new to my channel, my speed review series, I talk about every single product on my channel that I test a second time at least after I've tested it in multiple ways with multiple products and multiple wears. So these are essentially my final reviews, kind of closing up the chapter of these products. So all of these I've been through it with. I've used them many times in some cases. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the eye products. First and foremost, I have the brand new, pretty new anyways, ABH Volumizing Tinted Brow Gels. I'm very picky when it comes to tinted brow gels. I don't like the majority, but this one is so good. I have mine in the shade medium brown, and it has an interesting applicator. It's a round ball kind of, but one side of the spoolie has longer hairs, and the other side has really short ones. I tend to use the short ones. Now, when it comes to volumizing like tinted brow gels, this is better to do before you do your face makeup because it kind of gets all over your face and then you clean up afterwards. This is one where it doesn't really get all over my face, and you see the demo here. It does a great job with my brows. It does give them volume. It doesn't give them the most precise fill, of course, but pretty darn close. I love throwing this in my brows really quick just to make it look nice and put together, and it has a decent hold. Not like my favorite Rare Beauty by any means, but for like a one and done type product for my brows, really like it. Definitely a new favorite in my collection. I've also been testing the Glossier Boy Brow Arch. I have mine in the shade Cool Brown. This has a very unique shape to it. It's super thin, which I like, which allows it to get really precise. It is a bit overly creamy for me, so sometimes it can look a little splotchy and smudged in the brows. I tend to prefer a brow pencil that has a drier consistency to it because I feel like it's easier to blend without looking smudged. So, not my favorite consistency, but a great shape. And that's just personal preference as far as the consistency goes. Oh my gosh, I love these. Highly recommend the Zari Eyes from Kopari Beauty. They just launched 2 new shades, and I actually demoed both of my eyes today. So the plum shade is more of like a satin shimmer finish. I have that in the outer part of my eye, and these are a gel formulation. They kind of have like a jelly style feel, but they apply so thin and dry down like a powder, so they're very easy to work with. You'll see that I used a finger to apply, but then I went in with a brush to blend it out, and it looks like I used powder. I didn't show this in the demo, but I also went in with a pencil brush and smudged that on my lower lash line. How good does that look with my plum liner, which we'll talk about momentarily. And then if you like a little bit of texture, a little bit of glitter, what's on my eyes is the shade Sana. Now this, I normally would say looks kind of, I don't know, crunchy on my eyes, but I actually like it. It feels really soft like a powder. It's just very textured and dimensional. I think it's beautiful. Not all of their Zari Eyes has this crunchy appearance, but I still think it's beautiful nonetheless. So these are one of my new, I actually discovered this last year during the Sephora Savings event, but these are some new shades from them, and for the last year, I have loved these as like a single gel pot product. Now, an eyeliner that I've been using a lot are the Kosas Soul Gazer gel eyeliners. They have a lot of different shades that they sent me in PR, so I've actually had a lot of fun experimenting with the different shades in the collection. Let's see, what am I wearing today? Bewitch, which goes perfectly with the plum Zari Eyes from Kopari. These are okay. They get the job done. They're a little bit more draggy and sticky than I would like for them to be. I like a pencil that almost feels like a powder, and yes, those do exist. They have an okay wear time. I do find the color to kind of fade. I'm not going to repurchase these, essentially. There are better out there, but I haven't had a terrible time with these. I've also been testing and using the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eyes Volume Mascara, and this is just as they named it. a very, very volumizing mascara. It has a nice curved wand. And yeah, if you like volume, I think you'll really like this mascara. Now, we're living in the day and age where you don't need to pay a high-end price for mascara, but this is extremely voluminizing. It can be a bit heavy on my lashes. I had to curl my lashes multiple times today to get them to stay up. So if you struggle from chronically straight pointing down to the ground to your toes lashes like I do, I don't recommend this mascara. But if your lashes have naturally a little bit of a lift and you love volume, I think you will like that. Now that's all I have in the way of eyes. Now there are a lot of eyeshadow palettes, I know. That's for a separate video. We're already at 51 products, you guys, but I will do new at Sephora palette rankings for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But let's move on to the lips, because we know that this year lips was also a very heavy category in the makeup launches. So Makeup Forever has new shades, and they are advertising this as a new formula, though a couple of you have let me know in the comments that this did previously exist, but they definitely added the more trendy shades. So these are the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme. So if you like the original color pencil shades, then you're really going to love this, because these are a formula that dry down and don't budge or smudge. So the original pencil was almost like a powder, so you could blend it out. It was meant to be used anywhere on the face. These are true lip liners in that they have a creamy application, but then they set and don't budge, and you'll recognize these names: Anywhere Caffeine, Endless Cacao, Wherever Walnut, Limitless Brown. So your favorite shades from the original formulation are now in this formulation. Formula-wise, these do not budge. I am so obsessed with the fact that they came out with these shades, which are iconic and in my favorite of colors as well. But do be warned, the shades are not exactly the same. I find Anywhere Caffeine and Wherever Walnut to be a bit different than the original pencil, but same idea more or less. So just depends. But it's not exactly the same color, but I'm still very happy about that launch. Definitely recommend if you liked the original Makeup Forever colors but wanted them to last longer, because those last. They ain't going nowhere. Another formula of lip liners that I've been using is from Fenty Beauty. These are the traced out pencil lip liners. I was lucky enough for them to send me the whole range. I like the Makeup Forever better. These are almost a little too slick, so you lose a little bit of control, but I can get over it. They have great shades here. My biggest issue with these is the packaging, you guys. These caps, you have to really go the extra mile and make sure you press these on, because if you don't, they fall off. There's almost like a seal you need to give it, because when you just put it on, it will fall off super easily. You have to like stick it on there. I had one where the cap fell off, and I don't know how long the cap had been off. It's completely dried up now. So make sure you give it a good seal, an extra push. And I was still making the effort to do that, and they still kept falling off. So don't like the packaging for those. But quality is very good. It lasts a long time. It sets down. Just a little too slick for my preferences. Getting into the more color products for lips, lipsticks. I have a few different formulations. The first one is a pencil style from Pat McGrath. This is the Dramatic Mega Lip Pencil in the shade New Venus. This is a gorgeous light pink shade. It has a very nice slippery application. I love this color. It's very thin, so it doesn't smooth over the lines of the lips, but I really love this. It's very comfortable and really easy to navigate and apply on the lips if you have small lips like your girl. Another new lipstick formula is from Makeup Forever. They call these the Rouge Artist Forever matte lipsticks in the shade Wherever Walnut. This is actually the lipstick shade that I have on. It's really, really pretty, but this lipstick is way too drying for my preferences. It's just not flattering. You can really see the lines of my lips, which is unfortunate because I love the color of this, especially for the fall, but it doesn't look that bad right now because I actually put on a lip oil over top probably like 30-40 minutes ago, so that's why it's more hydrated. It took the use of another product, but without a lip oil in between layers, she's dry. Valentino Beauty launched new lipsticks with the spiked style packaging that the brand has. They have like bags and shoes with this spiking as well. So I love how seamlessly the packaging of this fits in with the Valentino line. They call these the spike lipsticks, I guess. So these are fine. I think when you're purchasing these, you're definitely more so paying for the brand and the name and the packaging versus the actual lipstick itself. The colors are pretty. I don't have anything bad to say about them. They're just like your run-of-the-mill, good quality lipstick formulation, but nothing to differentiate these from any other lipsticks on the market. They're comfortable, but again, this is a product that is purchased for the name, for the packaging, since the packaging is so on theme with the brand. Has like a slightly sweet floral scent to it when applying, which is quite pleasant, though some people who are sensitive to fragrance do keep that in mind. They're fine. I probably am not going to purchase any more though. I have a big complaint about the new NARS explicit lipsticks. The formula's really great, honestly, and then NARS of course has a really great color range with any color you can imagine. Thin, not too drying, depending on the finish that you get. I like these. These were worth purchasing multiple colors of. However, until I realized the packaging, since it's magnetic, they kind of don't want to stick next to each other where they'll like fall. They're just hard to store next to each other. They have to hit each other right based on the magnets. But yeah, these are hard to keep together, which makes it really difficult. They quite literally repel one another because of the magnets. So you actually don't want to have more than one color of this because you cannot really store them together. I keep dropping them because they keep repelling one another. So the packaging, while sleek and simple, also highly annoying to pair these next to each other. So very, very annoying. And then sometimes they stick next to each other because they're magnets. Anyways, I'm getting annoyed. Let me move on. Okay, these normally aren't something that would interest me, but these caught my eye when opening PR because I thought the packaging of these was gorgeous. Now, these are from Lancome. They're the Lip Idol Butter Glows, and they're essentially like a tinted lip balm, which is really popular right now. I just think the packaging of these look so luxe, so I decided to investigate further. And it is exactly as described. It's like a tinted lip balm. They even sent me the shade 10, which is not really tinted at all. Just kind of like a lip balm that gives a little bit of glow, not too much color. These are really lovely for just a natural, quick throw-on tinted lip balm. I really, really like these a lot. And this is not a product that I would have expected to like because it doesn't necessarily like fill in the lips or have a thickness, which is what I normally prefer, but just for a little bit of natural color. Really liked this. Just like a pleasantry. Not anything that stands out, not anything that really stands out or that is super worth mentioning and people are talking about, but I loved having it in my collection. And then a similar style of product is from YSL. These are the Love Shine Candy Glows. Now these are also like a lip balm tinted kind of formula. I think the packaging of these always super luxe. You're paying for that luxurious experience when you get these, but I wouldn't go for this formula if you're paying that YSL price point. These are a little bit more goopy than say the Lancome that I just mentioned, but they're thin. I just like other lip products from YSL better. So if you want to have a YSL lipstick, don't go for this formula. It's okay, but these are too thin if you ask me. I don't know. I just like the Lancome ones better. The YSL ones always leave me wanting something else or something more. And then I have Fenty's full range of their, looking at the names here, I'm getting blind, High Shine Gloss Stick. I'm getting old, do you see? Anyway, I really like these. So these are more, I guess, goopy, more wet, more shiny than the previously mentioned lip colors. But these are so much more versatile if you ask me. They give a good amount of pigment, but it's buildable as well. I'm just gonna put the shade, is it Fussy, right over. And this is going to add some hydration, some glow, but these are also pretty on their own on the lips. I've reached for these a lot for every day for just a little bit of glowing color on my lips, even without a lip liner. You know, they don't have the longest lasting wear time by any means, but if you like a glowy pigmented gloss stick, I think you'll like these. And these are more closely related to a lipstick. than a lip gloss, if that helps you out in terms of like differentiating them from other formulas, because some lean more towards gloss, some lean more towards lipstick, some lean more towards lip balm. This one is like kind of more on the lipstick side. Now, nobody really talked about these, but I think that these are actually quite nice. They have two new formulas of lip products from Benefit. One is called the Moisturizing Matte Lip Tint, and these are kind of like a velvet texture. If you're familiar with the velvet consistency of lip products from K-Beauty, these have a really interesting, like almost knife style applicator, which if you have thin lips like me, makes it really easy to trace the lips. How pretty are these? They're almost like a lip blush too. You don't get a ton of color from them as well. I've liked these. Now, they're not anything like super amazing, but they feel super lightweight on the lips. If I just need a little bit of color on the lips, I've been grabbing for these more than I thought. I've heard not a soul talk about them, but they're actually pretty good. And then they also launched the Moisturizing Dewy Lip Tint. So these look like a gloss on the lips, but they actually tint the lips underneath. Again, very much like K-Beauty. Like this is gonna leave a stain underneath when I wipe it off. I've liked these a little bit more since these are a little bit of a more unique formulation. They smell really good too. Different style applicator. The ball's really cute and it's quite comfortable to open. Anyways, if you like a souffle clay-like lip that doesn't give full pigment, almost gives that lip blush look, you'll like these matte ones. But if you like more of a tint underneath or a stain with a gloss over top, similar to kind of what Rare Beauty has, you'll like the dewy lip tints from Benefit. Definitely underrated, not talked about enough for sure. Okay, I do not like this. This is from Tarte. It's the Maracuja Juicy Plumping Lip Oil. It has a stupid sponge applicator which holds back the lip oil coming out, so it's really difficult to get a nice layer on the lips. Now the oil itself, it's not slippery. I have the shade Honeysuckle, but it's just too thin on my lips due to the applicator, the sponge, like almost soaking in the product. So for me, I hate the packaging of this so much for a lip oil that I don't recommend it. They just needed one without the sponge that just pushes the product out, almost like a rubber applicator. Not this. I almost didn't try these at all, and I've used them for the last 2 weeks, almost every makeup look. These are from Kaja. They are the Juicy Glass Lip Oils. And you guys, these are so comfortable. They are good. This with a little bit of lip liner has been my go-to. My favorite shade has been Fig Smoothie. So these have a cute little ball in the cap that just make noise for no reason, which is slightly annoying. They have a nice fat applicator, which I am a fan of. Smells slightly sweet, but not overwhelming. Super comfortable. Give a little bit of pigment, depending on, you know, the color that you get. Not sticky, but they have a thick feel on the lips. And I feel like they look quite juicy. They remind me of the Dior lip oils, a little bit thinner than the Dior lip oils, but these are so good. I have not been able to put these down. These are the gloss, the topper that I've been exclusively reaching for the last couple of weeks. So I recommend these. They're a K-Beauty brand, made in Korea, and the packaging is super cute. Highly recommend. I do want to show you, in case you're curious about the pigmentation, let's do apple cider. Smells so good. So you can see these are sheer, but they do give a little bit of a tint. I also am already ready to update you guys on another lip gloss that I've been loving from Fenty Beauty. This is their Gloss Balm Swirled Twisted Lip in the shade Fussy Flex. Now this one is interesting because it's a mixture of two different of their popular colors. One is the fuchsia from last year, and I believe the other one is fussy. I could be mistaken. But they made a twisted pattern here, and it's like the two colors together. This is gorgeous. It gives a great amount of pigment. It does have some glitters in there, which is quite fun. Look at that pigment. I love the Fenty lip gloss formulation to begin with, so I knew I was going to love this anyways. But this adds the prettiest color to the lips. It's quite pigmented, and I hope they do this for more shades. Not only is the concept of it fun, but they can mix together some gorgeous colors, I think. I want to see a brown shade mixed in with another lighter shade to milk it up. Keep it coming. And the twist is actually going to stay as well. I purposefully went in and was like, That was a weird visual. But I purposely went in scraping the sides to mess the twisted pattern up, but it was really, really hard to do. And then lastly, I tried a new fragrance scent of the Fenty Treats Hydrating and Strengthening Lip Oil, which is one of my all-time favorite lip oil formulations in the flavor/scent Dragon Fruit. And I just wanted to smell it on camera for you guys because this is one of my favorite things about the lip oils. A little bit more passion fruity than I normally prefer, but they don't miss with the scents of these. They are so good. Now these are nice and thick. They have a nice big fat applicator. They stay on a long time. I love putting these on before bed as my lip gloss for the day. Now it doesn't matter what one you get. None of them really have color to them, but I don't care because they're that glossy and shiny. They really reflect light. Unlike a lot of lip oils on the market, they're one of the best. And because it's from the Fenty skin line, sorry, I'm just like cleaning myself before I stain my white shirt. Gotta get these off ASAP. But anyways, got my train of thought. And because it's from the Fenty skin line, it's made to be conditioning on the lips. So it's super duper hydrating. So one of my favorite lip oils. I just wanted to share my thoughts on one of the new scents. Oh, I was losing my brain there in the second half. I'm not going to lie. Going through and reviewing 51 products in a row, kind of insane. Kudos to you if you stayed through this whole thing. Thank you. Honestly, God bless you. You're amazing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all of these reviews and that this was helpful, especially if you are on the hunt for making your list for the next Sephora savings event. I hope that this could be of help for you. If you've tried any of the products that I talked about today, let me know your thoughts in the description box. Again, I will have all of the products that I talked about today and any shade specifics that I might need to have in the description box down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel because I do speed reviews like this all of the time. As soon as I get to know a product, I make sure I pull it aside for an update for you guys. And with that being said, that's all I have for today's 51 makeup reviews. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.